Hello, and welcome to 14 Days with You. I feel like shit, so we're gonna go date someone who is obviously very fucking bad for us. So let's start up the game here. You get a warning 14 Days with You is a demo for an upcoming horror romance game and is specifically created for those who are 18 or older. Okay, I am over 18. Oh god. Okay, this is what we're doing. Is this the love interest? Name, what would you like to be called? Let's go with yeah. Who the hell would be Mira X Haruko? You're in Haruko's DMs? I'm insane. We are not the same. They- okay. Is this my Twitter profile? Oh god. I'll edit them out, but yes. Oh, are we seeing that? Okay. Am I ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready for this, but we're going. Yes. Okay, we're going. Mira, I see. I can't wait to finally meet you. Okay. Day 1. And in other news, the remains of yet another body has been pulled out from Lake Blue Moss, making it a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that. Jesus. Ugh. Siphoning a groan with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote lodge between the cushions and turn off the TV. I wasn't about to let some morbid headline dampen the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be my first day at work after finally getting the hard-earned promotion. I mean, sure, stacking and sorting through books at the library might not have been my dream job. Uh, speak for yourself? Or even my first choice of places to work after moving back. Speak for yourself? But the pay was nice, my coworkers were friendly, and the building was located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. There was even this adorable little bakery along the way that served the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind. And the manager there always loved to hand out small freebies whenever I stopped by. It still beats living in the city though, honestly. I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. The fast-paced hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for. Whenever I started out my window on sleepless nights, and the people there were always rude and indignant. It was nothing like Portland Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family and the air smelled like the sea rather than pollution. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here, but my new job keeps me busy, and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely consider friends. In fact, oh, setting my mug down onto the table, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online friend, pops up, so I tap the screen and read their message. What greets me is an adorable sticker of some anime character giving a thumbs up, as well as a short message that says "Good luck today" underneath. Mod has always been adamant about showing their endless support for me, even after 5 years of friendship, cursed memes, and shitty Wi-Fi video calls. And even though I could never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. I have a moth. I hope you have a moth. Pulling up the keyboard, I begin to type a response to their message. How will you respond? Say thank you, send back another sticker. Reply later, send back a meme with zero context. Send back a sticker? When did I download that pack of anime stickers? Not that I was about to complain or anything. After all, they were free, charming, and included some of my favorite comfort characters. Without hesitating, I sent back a sticker for some green-haired protagonist holding up a giant heart. A gray chat bubble pops up just as I hit the send button, indicating that Moth was typing out another message. By the way, did you see the latest AOG episode? I heard Haruko got an outfit change. Spoil it for me. Did he really change his hairstyle as well? Attack on Giants. Oh no. AOG, as Moth liked to call it, was a popular anime series that we recently became obsessed with, and Haruko was the main character from the show. He was a sorcerer known for his shy and airheaded demeanor, and as of late, his hairstyle had become a trending topic within the community. Now that I thought about it, what hairstyle did Haruka have in the latest episode? I didn't watch it? I haven't seen the latest episode yet. It's long. He grew it out? I knew there was 1 year time skip, but dang. I'm bouncing off the walls right now. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night that you were gonna head to work at 8 a.m.? Because it's like almost 9:30 where you are now. Right? Or am I just dumb? I got the time zones mixed up again, lol. Looking at the time displayed on my phone, I immediately let out a string of curses and leaped to my feet. Shit. Grabbing the coat that I had carelessly strewn across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly shrugged it on before making a beeline towards the front door. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance in the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully, the outfit I chose was appropriate for my job. What style did you go for? Something cutesy, something comfy, something alternative, something professional, something trendy, something casual. Do libraries have a dress code? Probably not, right? I can just go alternative, that's fine. Okay, so maybe my outfit might not match the vibes of the library, but hey, at least I look hot when stacking those books. Adjusting the choker around my neck and readjusting the fishnet mesh, I give myself an appreciative nod in the mirror. But enough of that, I can check myself out another time. Hastily, I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off my stray pieces of lint from my sleeves before I finally head out the front door. And almost catch my coat on the door handle in the process. Oh my god, I hate when that shit happens. It's the... No, ruins my day. What a grumble. I tug at the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came with a bit of a struggle, and I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration as I attempted to lock my door. This is me. Seriously, when will that lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? I swear, I've complained about this at least 4 times this month. Oh hey there, Mira. Looking good. My neighbor, Violet, practically beams at me while she fishes through her pockets for her own apartment key. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant, and I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was practically filled to the brim with different kinds of plants, greenery, and other various kinds of flora. But I wasn't about to complain or anything. The fragrance that wafted in from the wind always smelled floral and earthy, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. Love the shoes, by the way. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. In response, I shoot her one of my own, and it was apparently enough to brighten her mood even more than it was already. How will you respond? I'm getting a lot of choices. What exactly are you holding? Is that another plant? It's so nice to see you again. Sorry, V, I'm in a rush. No, it's nice to see you again. Yeah, it's nice to see you too. I'd usually still be at the flower shop at this time, so it's nice to finally be able to catch up with you like this, especially when our schedules align. Speaking of, you should stop by my place then next time you're free. I'd love to introduce you to this little guy's family. Sure. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you about this, but when were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? Huh? A knowing look pulls at her features, and Violet continues to fiddle with the lock on her door. What are you talking about? Come on, don't act like you didn't just have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. I'd be more worried about my neighbor taking her plants, named plants, out of a walk at night, but the thought of someone leaving my apartment seems to set off way more alarm bells. I give Violet a concerned look, and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me you were drunk or something. Well, no. With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door. It seems as though we both share the same problem with our apartment locks, and places her potted plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Tall guy, wearing a dark slasher hoodie, probably into either alt-fashion or bondage with a crazy amount of belts and loops wrapped around his neck. Rainy bells? He wasn't in my apartment this morning, so no. No. Last night I was just catching up on some TV shows and talking with my friend. No one came here, and if they did, I would have heard them. My place isn't really that big anyway. Really? But I was so sure it was your door. A hand rests on her cheek in a thinking manner before she pouts up at me, seemingly giving in, for now. Well, alright then, maybe it was somebody else's apartment. I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, what is our landlord doing? Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later? It'd give me some peace of mind. Yeah, that's fine. Alright then, thank you. Oh, I got some pants to water and some MMO raids. She plays MMOs, goddamn. Violet's out the last huff before she picks up her plant. What did she name this one again? And goes back to unlocking the door. Good talk, I guess, even if it was kinda awkward. Yeah, sure. See you later, Vi. Slipping past my neighborhood and into the cramped hallway, I quickly make for the stairs. When will they fix that broken elevator and break into a slight jog? Is nothing working in this building? Thankfully, the weather was cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. I like the backgrounds. I like the colors. The smell of old paper, coffee, and soft incense floods my senses as I step through the library's glass doors. The melodic chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ear as she turns around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor. Hi, Eleanor. Oh, she looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile as she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my coworkers here at Cortland Bay Library and one of the very few people here who actually gets the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she more than makes up for it with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. But her nurturing personality can get rather overbearing at times, and I often find myself having to step away to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she's charming to work with, and I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleeping schedule would have looked like without her help. Mira, just on time. I printed out your... Wait, where did I... Her expression turns into a slight panic as she spins on her heels, and I silently watch, with amusement, as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of paper lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. What is it? Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back and hands me a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed in big, bold letters. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once-over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks, but I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be the one in charge of stacking books all along? Although, you'll still have to work the front desk from time to time though, unfortunately. I offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk. And as I begin to pull out some of my belongings, the front door chimes again, letting everyone know that another patron has come in. Figuring Eleanor has it all covered, I leave the customer to her as I go back to preparing everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I notice that she had already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her own desk across from mine. As if sensing my gaze, she spins around in her office chair and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head in the direction of the person she was talking about. You know, that new guy? I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he always comes in and rents out the books you recommend on the display window. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a little crush on you. Especially with that outfit you've got on, you look amazing, so I can't really fault him for staring. Are you looking? You're blushing. Are you blushing? Are you looking? Because he was staring. A lot. Are you looking? Snorting, I push Eleanor's office chair so that she's facing the other way and focus my attention back to the papers in front of me. What was with everyone today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people, and meddling in businesses that wasn't theirs. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt my deadbeat landlord was going to do anything about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way home from work. Maybe even some kind of alarm system. But would the stores still be open by then? All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards as Eleanor playfully wheels my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speak into my ear. Would you look at that? Loverboy is in aisle 8. Oh, Loverboy in aisle 8 needs some help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelves, signaling to the staff that someone in that row needed assistance. With a sigh, I reluctantly stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to go help them herself, so I begrudgingly begin to make my way towards aisle 8 alone. I knew better than to glance back at her. Oh, sorry. Though, knowing full well that my teasing coworker would be sporting the biggest grin on her face at my misfortune. Ducking around the corner and into the aisle, I was immediately met with a broad backside that was covered by what had to be the comfiest looking cardigan I'd ever seen. The person whom it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to notice me yet, so I awkwardly cleared my throat and absentmindedly shifted my weight from foot to foot. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Ah. This is a love interest? You look different without blood covering you. Ah. He seems to jump at the sudden noise before sheepishly turning around to face me. Immediately, I was taken aback by his soft demeanor, doe-like eyes, and imposing height. So this was the guy who always rented out my recommended books on the display window, huh? He definitely fit the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. His pink hair also reminded me of Haruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessed over with Moth during our late-night video calls. In fact, even the cut and style appeared vaguely similar to his. But then again, this hairstyle could have been trending right now or something, and I just so happened to be the last to know about it. But now that I really had a good look at the man, which proved difficult considering his towering height. Oh, sir, you're so tall, I can't see the end of you. The stranger also seemed to bear a near picture-perfect resemblance to the main lead from this webtoon I was reading. It was called Always With You, and it revolved around the main character meeting the love of her life at a library, where they both... As if noticing my spaced-out look, the stranger absent-mindedly scratches at his jaw while he waits for me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I had been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he had been muttering quietly to himself. Well, you look... But I thought you preferred softer clothing. That's why I... sorry, I hope I'm not bothering you. I was just looking for, His voice pulls me back to the present, and I hastily tried to make sense of what was spilling from his cherry-tinted lips. Watching him struggle with his words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offer him a reassuring smile in return and an encouraging nod of my head. At that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a specific book, you see, but... And now he's playing with the ends of his sleeves. I felt the sudden urge to reach out and stop him. Did I find his action annoying? Endearing? Relatable? Who knows? But instead I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. But whoa, even his mannerisms were eerily similar to Haruko's. But, wait. Yeah, as I was saying, okay, wait, so he thought I liked softer clothing? Sir? I don't even know what my clothing options were. The endearing awkwardness and sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu, and it honestly felt like he walked straight out of the main anime and into this very library. Man, Moth is gonna freak when I tell her about this later. The stranger in front of me takes another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more, this time with a lot more confidence in his tone and a fire in his eyes. Do you have any books on native flora? The best I found are on generic wildlife, but nothing about coral and vase plants. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong aisle? He was looking for a book about the native flora. Perhaps I should introduce him to Violet. Chuckling to myself at the thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents of the shelf beside him. He almost seemed to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but showed no sign of moving away. In fact, he seemed to almost lean closer and incline his head towards mine. Sir? Please? And had I not been too preoccupied with finding that book, I would have noticed how his breath hitched in his throat as my scent flooded his senses. No, you're definitely in the right aisle. Why is he sweating so much? Those kinds of books are just more hidden, I guess. I stepped past him this time and made my way over to the lower part of the shelves. Absent-mindedly, I run a finger against the spines of each book until I come into contact with one book in particular. Then, bending over slightly, I pulled a book from the shelf and give the cover a once-over before offering it to the man behind me. Ah, this is what you're looking for? Too preoccupied with the misplaced book on the bookshelf, who brings cookbooks from the nature aisle, I barely noticed how his blue eyes hungrily trailed across my form before landing on the book I held out in my outstretched hands. Do you? Mm? With shaky fingers, he reaches out and takes it from me. I watch as he flips through a few pages to take in some information, before finally settling on the book with an affirmative nod. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. I'm glad. You're like an angel sent down here for heaven or something. You're so helpful. Kind, too. What? What? Oh, I didn't. Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. Ugh, that must have been so weird. I'm so sorry. He looked as though he was about to cry now, so I hastily threw up my hands in a comforting manner and shot him a reassuring smile. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I wasn't expecting someone to say that about me as all. Really? Well, I think it's true for what it's worth. You really are like an angel. Thanks? Figuring that was my cue to leave before things got awkward, I gave him one last friendly smile and suddenly glanced back towards the front desk. But the eccentric man showed no sign of moving. Instead, he just looked down at me expectantly. Did he want to continue the conversation? It seemed unlikely, as he didn't say anything, he simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I cleared my throat for what had to be the millionth time today, and gestured vaguely to the reception desk behind me. Well, if you don't need any more help, I should. This is just getting weird now. Should I even attempt to continue this conversation or just leave? I don't know. I mean, this is supposed to be the main love interest, right? I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering how he is apparently a regular patron at the library I worked at. But he wasn't making much of an effort either, so what should I do? How do you respond? Keep talking to him, stare back at him, polite excuse yourself and leave, lie and end the conversation. Um, keep talking to him? So, do you come here often? Seriously, Mira? That was the best you could come up with? Damn it. Now he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Full disclosure, I probably wouldn't have come up with anything different than that. That would have been my go-to. That's thank you, game. Haha, yes, actually. I like visiting whenever I have some free time. Although I usually end up coming here just to hide away in a corner somewhere and look at you. Your books collection. You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. Yeah, I mean, it is a library after all. But sure, whatever you say, Mr. Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. Oh, I guess you're right. You can call me Redacted? Oh. What? It was like he was saying something, but his voice was delayed. Was that even his voice? Was he speaking English? It almost felt like something that came out of a dream. How did you do that? Do what? Anyways, you can just call me Ren if you'd like. Is it alright if I call you Mira? Although Angel does suit you as well, in my personal opinion at least. Seriously? What the hell just happened? Was I just imagining things and was he really flirting with me right now? Are you okay? Yeah, I think, but how did you know my name? I don't remember telling you. Silly, it's on your name tag. As if to prove a point, Ren reaches out to gently flick the name tag that I somehow forgot that I had put on this morning. Oh, Mira is a cute name though. And it's really, really fun to say it, especially over and over again. I should have chosen a different name. What the fuck? Right? Anyway. Say, are you busy later? I'd love to thank you for helping me find this book. With what? Seriously, what was up with this guy? One minute he's shy and the next he's bold. It was almost like he was putting on several friends to see which one I responded to better. Maybe because he is? Actually, I'll be busy this afternoon. I need to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound so good. Can I ask why? I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell him. I mean, what was he going to do? Personally show up at my doorstep and test the new lock himself? Oh, I mean... Apparently, someone broke into my apartment last night and I didn't notice. I don't think they stole anything, but still, it's creepy. I figured I'd better be safe than sorry, you know? Yeah, but it sounds like instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scumbag when they least expect it and beat him up to teach him a lesson. Stay up all night if you have to. Really get the edge on them. Oh yeah, that'll work. I couldn't help but let out a genuine chuckle at this suggestion. If I had to choose, then this would have been the side of him that I preferred. He seemed at ease, and his words weren't as forced or awkward. Yeah, and who's gonna be the one to beat the guy up at 3 a.m.? Because last I checked, I'm not really the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know. And definitely not before the sun is up and shining. I could do it for you. Well, hot damn, okay. You? But I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and that's fine. I could tell you all about myself on the walk here. My whole life story and everything. Where I was born, the school I went to, how many cute librarians I've met, which happens to be one so far. What the fuck? It's laying on thick. But I could even comment on his son. Before I could even comment on his sudden confidence, Ren seemed to pick up on my discomfort at his choice of words. If it even was discomfort I was feeling, and hastily backtracks. Hey, or no, I'm just messing around. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. There it was again, the subtle shift in his personality. But now that he mentioned it, would it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night? He definitely looked like he could handle himself in a fight, his contrasting outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't so bad of an idea? Hey, are those tattoos sticking out? How will you respond? This is how a bitch dies. It's me, I'm bitches. I'm dying. Wait, can I save? I can. Error, empty file. Okay, that's weird. Actually, you know what? Would you mind coming over and staying the night? I'd feel a bit safer knowing someone else was around. That's true. I can agree with that. Oh, you actually want me to come over? Well, you were fucking mentioning it. Are you regretting your choices now? I mean, yeah. Sure. Definitely. Okay. He seems a bit too eager for this. Because he wants something else. And I mean, you're single. If it's not too much trouble, I get... Where is she? Mira. Ah! Here you are. Someone at the front desk is looking for you. And, oh, sorry, are you busy right now? Oh, he's not happy. Impeccable timing, as always, Eleanor. No, it's fine. I think everything is already handled over here, right? I get the two of them a soft smile before making my way towards the reception desk. But as I pass by Eleanor, I gently clasp a hand on her shoulder and shoot her a playful look of my own. If you need more help, I'm sure Eleanor here can assist you. She loves helping others, right? And as I turn to leave, I barely missed the way Ren's eyes zone in on my hand, resting on Eleanor's shoulder. Oh no. Right. Is it a yandere boyfriend? It's supposed to be a horror romance, right? Hours seemed to pass by in a blur, and soon enough I found myself resting up in the employee's lounge. My mind drifts back to the guy from earlier, and I couldn't help but wonder what happened to him afterwards. Did he rent out the book I offered? What about my recommended novel of the week? Ren surely was strange, to say the least, but I had to admit that he did seem kind of cute with his oversized cardigan and timid demeanor. In case you're wondering what my recommendation of the week is, it's Bookshops and Bone Dust. Look at it. I'm almost done with it. You should read it. It's not sponsored. I just really like it. He still gave me off-putting vibes, though, especially with his ever-changing personality, and if I had to be completely honest, that shy and timid persona that he displayed felt rather forced to me. It was almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out himself, and I just happened to be one of his first victims. But who was I to call him out for it? That was his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. Hi Conan, who are you? Mira, everything alright? It's not often I find you in here at this time. Conan, my boss, startled me as he suddenly appears in the entrance. Everyone saw him as some kind of blessing to this institution because the moment he showed up, all forms of trouble seemed to disappear overnight. Well organized? Those low-life teens started causing chaos elsewhere, and the rumored gang began few and far between. Did you get hit? At first I thought that he might have been linked with these criminals because of his intimidating gaze and facial scar, but then I got to know him better and found out he held a massive soft spot for those dear to him. Though, much like Eleanor, Coleman felt more like a father figure with how much he fretted over his staff and their well-being. I mean, he literally installed a new air conditioner and water dispenser last week because one of his employees fainted due to heat stroke. I mean, that's probably a good thing, no? It wasn't anything too major, but it was nice to know that our boss was considerate enough about the people he hired. I thought I could say the same about my old job in the city. Conan was also nice to chat to whenever I felt I went on my breaks, and would always encourage me to take as much time as I needed before I returned to my desk. But after realizing that I had, once again, been spacing out, I pulled myself away from my thoughts and turned to offer my boss an acknowledging smile. Yeah, I'm fine, just taking a short break. I'll be back out there soon. Take as long as you need. Don't overwork yourself. He seems hesitant to leave. If the way he was shifting from foot to foot was any indication. He shoots me a concerned look before opening his mouth, only to close it once more in contemplation. Have you seen Eleanor? I asked her to come see me regarding the unsorted novels in the storeroom, but she's yet to show up. What? What do you mean? Eleanor? Last I saw her, she was talking to one of her patrons in aisle 8. Maybe she's still there? I'll have to check again then. Thank you. Oh no, what did he do to her? And with that, he disappeared just as quietly as he came. But that was odd. It wasn't like Eleanor to suddenly go missing. Was she still occupied with Ren? It'd been a while, so I figured she would have finished helping him and left by now. Oh well, I'm sure she'll turn up sooner or later. Ren didn't seem much like a talkative person anyway. Jeez, why did my thoughts keep returning to that eccentric man? The eccentric man I invited to my house. Deciding that I wasn't going to waste my time thinking about any more pink-haired guys, my beloved Haruko aside, I got up from the lounge and meandered my way back towards the front desk again. But once I arrived, I immediately noticed that my chatty coworker was still nowhere to be found. It was just like my boss had said, Eleanor wasn't anywhere to be seen, and it wasn't like her to leave the reception desk unattended for so long. Maybe she managed to knock over a pile of books again and was busy cleaning it up? It certainly wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for her. Well, whatever, I'm sure she'll turn up again soon. The impact from me plopping down on my office chair causes some of the papers around me to rustle, and a bright pink sticky note fluttering around captures my attention. Assuming it was left here by Eleanor, I peeled the full note off my computer screen and read it. Angel. Unfolding it, I read the following. I'll wait for you after work, but if you change your mind about our deal, just keep walking. I'll take the hint. Don't worry. That stuttering guy from aisle 8. The stuttering guy from aisle 8, I couldn't help but crack a smile at the name Ren chose for himself. And before I could allow Eleanor the chance to manifest behind me and tease me to Kingdom Come, I pocketed the note and go back to sorting through the stack of returned books left on the desk. You should maybe look for Eleanor though. Ooh, this is cute. This reminds me of, Utrecht. True to his word, I caught a glimpse of Ren patiently waiting for me on one of the benches as I pack up for the day and I leave the library. Where's Eleanor? From afar, he looked like an oversized puppy waiting for his owner to return from work. And admittedly, I found it rather cute, especially with how his figurative tail started to wag upon my arrival. Ren seemed too happy to see me, but before I could call him out on it, he offers me a bottle of water that I assumed he brought from one of the convenience stores down the street. You worked hard today. Now you can finally rest, huh? He looks down at me again with a glimmer of expectancy in his eyes, so I hesitantly take the bottle of water from his grasp and give him an affirmative nod of my head. Thanks. No problem. Did you want to head off now, or do you want to rest for a bit? I mean, you were standing a lot today. He seems almost lost in his thoughts now, and I wonder how he knew that I'd been doing it all day. After all, I figured he would have left after he found that book, but maybe he stayed a bit longer to read it? Oh no, I'm fine. Do you think we could take a quick detour on the way? I still need to... Mira! Heyo! I could recognize those boisterous voices anywhere. The first one belonged to Jae-young, a guy I had met during my early days at university. He sat next to me during the first few days of orientation and even offered to lend me his phone charger when my battery started to run out. He's a fun guy to be around, although his extroverted and energetic personality was often hard to keep up with. But Leon, the other guy, awkwardly hanging off on Jay's arm, was a different story. We'd practically known each other since we were babies, but he moved away from Coral Bay when we were still in elementary school. I wasn't sure when he moved back to the Bay, but it was great knowing I'd be able to see him again. I just wish I could find the time to hang out with him just like we used to, but I was always busy with work, and he was always busy playing volleyball or taking care of his sick mother in the hospital. Jesus, Leon. Before I knew it, I was being pulled out of my thoughts by Jay's bubbly laughter. Hey, still with us? Hey Mira, finally finished with work? Oh, and who's this? This is Ren. We actually met at work today. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to tell Leon, the human personification of overprotective, that I had just met the man today. What would he think if he found out I was bringing home a complete stranger? Hey, he usually rents out my recommended books at the library. Anyways. Leon, Jay, this is Ren. Ren, this is Leon and Jay. Unfortunately, these guys are my friends. It's truly unfortunate to know a handsome bloke such as myself. Leon dramatically clutches the spot above his heart as he leans further into Jay's shoulder. So you're Ren. Are you new here? I like to think I know everyone here in the Bay, but it seems like you've proven me wrong. Yeah. I recently moved here a couple of months ago. Oh, same as Mira. I'm pretty sure she moved back here like, what, 2 months ago, right? Leon looks at me for confirmation, and I meekly nod my head. Strange how I've only been back here for 2 months, and I've yet to find enough time to catch up with all my friends. Oh, what a coincidence. Anyways, talking about moving is boring. Do you want to come hang out with us? I barely noticed the way Ren gets shoved to the side by Jay, intentionally or not. Nor can I make out the scowl on his face as soon as the excitable man leans a little too close into my personal bubble. We were just about to head over to Club Shoreline. Do you want to come? I'm sure Leah wouldn't mind paying for you as well. Oh, I don't mind paying for her, but who said anything about paying for you? I did, just now. Thanks, Leon, you're the best. I don't miss the way Leon rolls his eyes at Jay's antics before settling his gaze on me once more. Do you want to tag along? I don't really mind paying it if you do. Sorry guys, I've actually already made plans. And do these plans have anything to do with this lanky fellow? My name is Ren. Actually, yeah, I promised to hang out with him today. He could come clubbing with us too, the more the merrier. I'd rather not. Ren's not happy. Sorry, maybe another time. I'm kind of drained now from work anyway, so... Yeah, no worries, darling. Just make sure you take it easy when you get back home, yeah? He shoots me a considerate smile before throwing an arm over Jay's shoulder. Well then, if you'll excuse us, I gotta find a way to get this knucklehead to cover his own entry fees. We can all catch up another time, okay? And if you need help with anything, just give me a ring, yeah? I'll watch my phone like a hawk tonight. It was nice catching up with you again, darling. And nice seeing you too, Ron. Ren. What a dick! He did that on purpose. As they leave, I notice the way Leon looks Ren up and down, almost as if he was sizing him up. But Jay, like always, ignores the mood and thumbs Leon in the back to encourage him to walk faster. I watch as they both throw a carefree wave over their shoulder as they both head off in the direction of the nightclub a few blocks down the street. So, that was awkward at all. Wasn't awkward at all. I turn to look at Ren, but his eyes seem to be fixated on the two retreating figures. He doesn't seem to snap out of it, so I gently call out his name again. Oh, sorry. Do you wanna head back home now? In the end, we made a quick detour to the local locksmith before heading back to my apartment. Oh boy, they're gonna find my coworker, right? So this is my place. You'll have to excuse the mess. I wasn't expecting to have anyone over. Hey, don't worry about it. I know you're not a messy person. I mean, can't tell. You don't really seem like you're the type. I'm messy. Yeah, well, I hope you can still keep that image of me after you see the state of my place. His soft laughter echoes down the hallway and almost drowns out the sound of my neighbor opening her door. Oh! Violet almost seems embarrassed as she jumps behind her door, clearly not expecting someone to be around at this time. But she brushes it off with a soft smile and steps outside. Hello again, Mira. We seem to be bumping into each other a lot today, huh? Oh, who's this? How do I explain to my neighbor that Ren wasn't some guy I had just met at work today? I'm certain she chewed me out for bringing home a complete stranger, but still, he didn't exactly seem like the type to murder me in my sleep. In fact, he seems more the guy to ask me to return his order because he asked for no pickles or something. I'm Ren. Immediately, his large frame blocks my view as he steps in front of my neighbor and me, almost if he wanted to put as much distance between us as possible. Why? Why are you being weird, dude? One of his hands shoots out from inside his pocket and he gruffly offers it to Violet for her to shake. Concerned about his abrupt action, I sidestep him and look up to gauge his expression. I'm a friend of Mira's. I see. I haven't seen you around before, though. Are you new to the area? Relax, Vi. He's not a serial killer or anything. Are you? At least I sure hope he wasn't. And why did I feel the sudden urge to defend him? It wasn't like I could confidently say that he was some holy being that flew down from heaven or something. Maybe he was the one who needed to be called Angel instead. Oh well, it didn't really matter. Really? Ren actually offered to stay at my place for the night in case the creep decided to come back. Oh well, I mean, he certainly has the height for it. I get that a lot. But don't worry, she's safe in my hands. Well, alright then. A friend of Mira is a friend of mine. But I have my eyes on you, Mr. Totally Not a Serial Killer. Violet does not trust him. She whispers the next part to Ren under her breath, but clearly had the intention of letting me hear it all as well. Just remember that I know what you look like now, so don't complain if you see your face plastered all over milk cartons soon enough. Well, alrighty then. Why is he blushing? Enjoy your night, and no funny business, you two. I'm off for my walk now. Toodles. With your plant. Uh, ignore her, please. Alright. Okay, but I gotta ask. Was she holding a potted plant on a walk? Yes, she was. Dropping my keys in the bowl, I shrug out my coat and drape it over one of the chairs near the entrance. Well, make yourself at home. I feel like you already did. Turning to Ren, I watch as he awkwardly shuffles about in the hallway, almost uncertain if he should come inside or not. He moves to take off his shoes, and I watch in awe as he neatly stacks them next to the umbrella rack. Oh, are you the type to leave your shoes on at home? Sorry, No, you're fine. God, he really was adorable. But now that he was here, I wasn't really sure what to do next. Usually, I'd pop on a TV show or some anime while I chow down on some takeaway food, or even just talk with Moth until some unreasonable hour in the morning. But now that I had a company over, I wasn't sure what what to do. I didn't even know what Ren liked to do in his free time. Turning to face the pink-haired man once more, I almost jumped back in fright. Clearly, I wasn't expecting him to get so close to me while I was lost in thought. I could almost feel the heat radiating from his large frame and feel the small puffs of air leave his nostril as he shyly leans down to look at me. Oh, so shouldn't you just replace the lock? Breathe, Mira, breathe. Was there anything you wanted to do, or because I usually just... Damn it. It was hard to think straight when he was standing so close to me and wafting his stupidly strong scent of mint and fresh linen in my direction. Why was I even so attentive to the way Ren smelled? Whoa, I'm beginning to sound like a creep. Nah, I don't really have anything I need to do. You can just go about your normal routine if you want, and I'll try not to get in your way. Or you can just put me in a corner somewhere and pretend I'm not there. Whatever works for you. What the fuck? That's so mean. No offense, but you just take up so much more room than you think. No, so I doubt that that would work. Touché. Once again, I found myself being drawn in by his soft laughter, and I couldn't help but chuckle along with him. Was it always this easy talking to him? It was like we were childhood friends, reminiscing about old times or something. Except the only one making it awkward now was me. Glancing back at Ren, I notice how he's still looking at me with those expectant eyes of his as he looms over me in the entryway. He obviously didn't want to do something I'd be uncomfortable with, and he couldn't really suggest anything since this wasn't his home, so I guess the choice was up to me after all. What do you mean? Watch some television, make a late night snack, suggest getting ready to bed, ask him to leave. Aww. Eat, I guess? Are you hungry? I think I've got some leftover takeaway still in the fridge that I can heat up. Or we can raid my pantry for some snacks if you prefer. Is that okay? I don't want to be a bother. Not at all. I'm feeling a bit peckish anyway. Well, alright then. Settling onto the couch with some microwaved food and snacks, Ren and I then decided to watch something. There wasn't much on at this time besides some B-list horror flick, and to my surprise, I found out that Ren actually liked those kind of movies. They're fun! Or at least he seems to enjoy it with the way he was hunched over in his seat, gaze intently staring at the screen as the hunt sequence begins. Oh. But I suppose I could understand the intrigue, seeing as once I glanced back at the television, I found myself completely enraptured by the suspense and overall chilling atmosphere of it all. The killer was chasing down his victim now, and I watched with bated breath as he stalks his way towards the door, cutting off the glow of light from underneath the doorframe. Almost smugly, like he knew exactly where his victim was hiding, the masked killer knocks on the door before letting himself in. He walks with heavy footsteps towards the edge of the bed before ever so slowly bending down, lifting the quilt up, raising his axe, and well! It wasn't a jump scare that got me, but rather Ren's abrupt yelp. Clenching my shirt where my rapid heartbeat thumped against my chest, I spare a glance at the lanky man with fleeting anger in my eyes. Sorry, I really didn't think cheap jump scares like that would get me. And here, I thought you enjoyed watching these kind of films. Oh, I do, I guess I wasn't paying much attention at the time. I see. I didn't, in fact, see. We can change the movie if you like. You don't have to watch it because of me. I know you prefer watching anime anyway. Nah, I don't mind watching some scary movie if you... Huh? How do you know I liked watching anime? That side of me wasn't something I'd go around telling attractive strangers, and I'd certainly remember if I told Ren. Oh, I saw one of your posters on your wall when we came in. Attack on Giants or something, I think. Oh, right. I forgot that I hung up that when I first moved into my apartment. But I'm surprised that you noticed it from all the way in the lounge room. But shouldn't it be dark by now in that hallway? It's not like there are many windows to let in the moonlight. And I hadn't turned the lights on yet. I actually like that anime too. I recently started watching it because, well, I thought it looked interesting. He watches Attack on Giant. Well, now that I thought about it, it made a lot of sense. He definitely gave off Haruko vibes, and his oddly specific hairstyle and timid personality were proof of that. Then again, it really might have been a coincidence after all, but there was no harm in asking, right? Is that why you styled your hair like that? Because it honestly reminds me of one of the characters from it. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. Do you know him, Haruko? He's the sorcerer who... Come on, Mira, tone it down. This wasn't moth you were gushing to. No one needed to see this cringy side of you. Although, looking at Ren, he did seem to be interested in what I had to say. But then again, he was probably just being nice. Maybe it is just a trending haircut or something, sorry. I like Haruko too. He's very timid and sweet, isn't he? I guess that's why he's a fan favorite, huh? Do you normally go for guys like him? Uh... oh, there's that switch in personality again. Was he always like this? I was beginning to think that it was more than just an act he was putting on. He's your type, right? Actually, I got a weird sense of deja vu from his words, and I found myself thinking back to the time when Mont asked me that very same question. And now that I thought about it, Ren definitely fit the description I gave them. He had Haruko's look and personality, but also liked to dress in that cozy, soft academia aesthetic that I liked. But my interests were ever changing and depended on my hyperfixation, so I couldn't say for certain what my current type was. As if noticing my far off stare, Ren breaks the silence by talking once more. Oh, but you asked about my hair, right? I guess it does have something to do with Haruko, but at the same time, not really. I chose this hairstyle because of other reasons. Well, that certainly was ominous. But before I could ask, I watched as Ren subtly tries to mask a yawn by turning his head to the side while covering his mouth. It was endearing how he tried to pass it off as though he was simply looking around the room, but I knew better. Tired? I can go get your bed set up now if you'd like. Just give me a second to pull out the air mattress. It's fine, I don't want to be a bother. I can just sleep on the floor or something. I really don't mind, honest. Oh, but I have timber flooring. Seriously, don't worry about it. It'll just be 2 seconds. I get up from my spot on the couch and make a beeline for my closet before he can respond. And yet I barely got 3 meters away before I could hear the heavy, telltale footsteps of Ren following close behind me once more, almost like a lost puppy. It was honestly kinda cute. Shaking my head to dismiss those thoughts, I pull out my trusty air mattress from the closet and begin setting it up in the lounge room. That is, until I found out that it had a massive gaping hole on the side. Those damn rats, I swear if I had the chance to move apartments, I'd take it in a heartbeat. But until then, I'll continue to send complaints after complaints to that good-for-nothing landlord. Really, I don't mind sleeping on the floor. And like I said, I have uncomfortable timber flooring. Unless... You can sleep on the couch. You can share my bed. You can sleep on the couch. My hallway has carpet. My hallway has carpet. Maybe if I stack some blankets on the floor. Okay, if I'm going to die the dumb bitch route, I'm going to die completely the dumb bitch route. You can share my bed. Whoa, did I really just suggest that? And where did I suddenly get so much confidence from? I was certain that my face was beet red by now, and I could barely spare a glance at Ren to notice that he was sporting a similar demeanor. Sorry, I don't know why No, I don't mind. It's just that is that really okay with you? I don't want to make you uncomfortable by invading your personal space, and I really don't mind sleeping on the floor. No, it's fine. I'm the one who asked you to do this favor in the first place, so I owe you. With my... After showing Ren to the bathroom to freshen up and change in my own pajamas in the laundry room, I met him in the middle and we both made our way to my bedroom. I didn't bother flicking on the light, knowing full well that I'd be busy ignoring his presence next to mine by pretending to be asleep. So instead, I awkwardly let him in before turning to face him in the darkness. You can just pick whatever side you prefer. You first. But maybe I should be the one who closes the door, just in case? He really didn't need to be so considerate, but nevertheless, I took my side on the left and slowly slipped underneath the sheets. It must have looked forced, but I awkwardly pat the empty space next to me and shot Ren a crooked smile. He He slowly makes his way over and joins me underneath the covers. And before he could even say anything, I slammed down a pillow between us! Thump. Just in case I roll over or something, I'm known to be a cuddler in my sleep. Oh, that's fine. I'm the same, I think. You think? I mean, no one's told me yet, but I've woken up to my limbs entangled around my pillow more times than I can count. I see. Yeah. Great, now it's awkward again, but being this close to Ren, I could smell his scent once more and it felt almost comforting. I had to fight the urge to roll over onto my side and face him, or rather the pillow, once more. The bed dips as Ren moves around to get comfortable, and I find myself wondering what he might be looking at right now. Was it my ceiling, the pillow between us, or was he laying on his side and facing the wardrobe? Why was he so concerned in the first place? So, sure, I suppose I did find him rather interesting, but that didn't explain why I wanted to look at his face one more time. It's a nice face to look at, I guess. Did I want to get closer to him? Or was I just curious about what the stranger was currently doing in my bed? I mean... Move the pillow, call out to him, say goodnight, don't say anything. Oh. Call out to him. Ren? Hmm? His response was almost immediate, and it felt as though he was waiting with bated breath for me to talk. The bed dips under his weight before his crown of pink hair comes into view, and I silently stare back at him in the dark. There seems to be some unspoken tension between us, and I had to fight the urge to act upon it. What exactly was I feeling, and why did I want to find out? Oh. Oh! The first night? Wait, you can do this the first night? Before I could think, I find myself leaning over and drawing my face closer to his. Ren seems to be on the same wavelength as me, as I feel his warm breath fan against my cheeks as his own face draws near to close the distance. One of my hands shoots out to rest against his chest, and before I could stop myself, I leaned in the rest of the way. Almost immediately, I was met with a pair of soft lips and a taste of cherry on my mouth. I'm allergic. My eyelids flare shut at the sensation, and I let Red's overwhelming presence engulf my entire being. The smell of fresh mint, masculine deodorant, and something that was so wholly Ren flooded my senses, and I felt myself becoming intoxicated by it all. It was like two pieces of a puzzle slotting together with how perfectly our lips seemed to meld with each other, and I couldn't pull myself away. One of his hands rises up to cut my cheek, and I find myself keening softly as Ren tilts his head to deepen the kiss. He takes my bottom lip into his own and gently bites down before his tongue joins in, curiously prodding against my lip as I test the waters. Do I want to read this out loud? When I met him halfway with my own, he seemed to have finally found the reassurance he needed before deepening the kiss even more. His other hands rest on my waist before gently pulling me closer, clearly not wanting any distance between us. So Ren wanted this just as much as I did. I could feel just how eager he was as he kissed me with more desperation and fervor than anything I'd ever experienced in my life. I need to stop. We need to stop. I can't do this. Though we could only go on for so long before one of us needed air, and that someone happened to be me. When I pulled away, Ren practically whines at the loss of contact, and I watch him and I watch with slight amusement as his lips unconsciously follow to seek out mine once more before his eyes flutter open. Jesus Lord. A beat passes as we just stare at each other, thinking in the moment and to process what had just occurred. His hands are still on me, and it was only then when I noticed that he was tracing faint stars on my cheek with his thumb. Stars? Did that really just happen? His voice is soft, so soft that I could barely make out what he was saying. He's staring at me with so much overwhelming adoration in his eyes that I couldn't help but look away. And that was when I just saw just how hard that kiss affected him. As if noticed that I was staring. Ran out an awkward sound and shifted so that his lower half was obscured by the blankets once more. Stop! No! I can't! Okay. I can do this. I can get through this. Sorry, you're just really hard to resist. Not that I'd want to resist you or anything. I just, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want you. I'm sorry. Taken aback by his sudden boldness, I had to allow myself a moment to collect my thoughts. What do you? I want you to. Oh. I'm going to die. I'm gonna get laid and die. I'm not even gonna make it to the 14 days. Do it. You do? Then? Then tell me clearly what you want from me. No. Do you want me to kiss you again or do you want something else? Are you kidding me? Where did this confident aura suddenly come from? The moment I showed interest, it was like he became a different person. Not that I was about to complain or anything, the sight of him was insanely attractive. You've gone quiet on me. No, I should have chosen a different name. This is stupid. You have to tell me what you want or I'll stop. No! I'm not saying any other shit anymore. Without missing a beat, Ren's large frame obscures my vision as he shifts between my thighs. Hell is a warm room. Oh my god. His two arms rest. I can do this. His two arms rest against either side of my head and cage me in, and he stares down at me with an almost predatory gaze. He barely allows me a moment to make sense of the new situation before he leans forward to capture my lips in a searing kiss. His large frame engulfs my vision yet again, and I wrap my arms around his neck to pull him even closer to my body. There's a hunger behind his eyes now, almost as if he had been practically yearning for me all this time, so I lean in for yet another selfish kiss. He almost hisses at the contact before deepening it, with one hand coming to caress my cheek once more as the other trails down to my side. He kisses me with much more fervor now, and I find myself melting into his warm touch. The hands on my side dig deeper into the flesh of my hip before it travels even lower to tug at the underside of my shirt. Am I gonna have to narrate the whole thing? His eyes seek out mine in the dark to silently ask for permission, and I breathlessly nod my head. Almost eagerly, he pulls up my shirt to expose. The stark coldness of the room finally sinks in and sends a chill down my spine, but I ignore it in favor of feebly tugging at Ren's clothes as well. He gets the message immediately, hastily tugging his outer sweater off over his head and letting one of the sleeves dangle off his arms hazardly. But as I move to take off his white undershirt, he stops me by taking my hand in a gentle hold. Sorry, can we keep that on? I don't feel comfortable taking it off just yet. No, that's fine. I get it. Why? He barely allows me any time to respond before his lips latch onto my neck instead, and I let out an audible gasp as he bites and sucks on anything he can get his mouth on. Boy! One nibble in particular asked me. Careful. Careful with what? I didn't read it. He lets out a shaky moan in my ear, and I found myself wanting to hear him make the sound again, and so almost deviously I reached a hand. I pulled at the elastic of his waistband before letting it snap back into place. That's a dick move. Wow. I can't read any of this. No. Stop. I can't read this. Oh no. What are you dropping? What do you mean? I'm so fucking done. I'm done. I'm just gonna put my fucking webcam on it. You don't get to see any of this. You can go pay and support the developer yourself. You can read this shit out yourself. Wiggling around? Oh. Oh. Okay. Another one. Stop. Stop. Just like that. Keep squeezing around my fingers. Yo, who did the writing for this? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. How much longer? Stop! Stop! Squelch, stop it! No! Oh my god. It keeps going! It keeps going. Okay. Crushed me with his weight. Yo! 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 Oh, is this your first time? Wait, this is my first time as well. I've already done this before. I'm happy I get to be your first. Does it matter? I just want to feel I don't know which one would be the right answer, to be honest. Does it matter? Not really. But there's like a good and wrong answer in these games, right? So is this the right one? Probably. Oh god. I regret my answer already. Apparently, that we're the same. What do you mean we're the same? Aww, he kissed you on the forehead. That's nice. Can it be morning? Oh, okay, wait a sec. Oh! Why is that blaster there? I'm not reading any of this. I can't read anymore. I'm dyslexic. This is even more than normal. Stop! Oh my god, it's really nice art. Why do you have a ring around your neck? Also, I can see the tattoos. You might as well just take off the shirt. I can see it. Is it uncomfortable? Let me know if it hurts, okay? Just say the word and we can stop. Stop talking! Stop! What am I? To be fair, I clicked the 80 bucks. I didn't think it was gonna be like this though. Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm sending it to my friend. Fucking. I need her to know. Let me. This man needs to stop talking. Like you're made for me, bitch. Shut up. Okay. Why there are stars? Like okay. I see where this is going. I see where it is going. Oh. Stop. What's with the faces? I can't. I'm gonna have to edit more than I thought I was going to have to. Stop. Can't do this. Is it over? I have protested he charging rolls to the side, but not before scooping me into his large arms and bringing me along with him. Oh god, it's over. Thank god. Stop! Stop! Stop. Breathless, sticky, and I'll perch atop his chest. I can't. We're not ever doing this again. I can't sit through all of this and read this. Stop. Oh no. Oh, he fell asleep. He still has a protective hold around me, though, so I allowed the exhaustion to take hold of me and follow Ren to dreamland. After all, we could talk about what had just happened in the morning. And then he's not there. End of day 1. The next day will soon begin, so make sure to save now if you need to. You know what? I think I've had enough for one day. I don't think I can handle another day. So, I'll keep playing. I'm sorry. There was probably a lot more screaming in this than you were expecting. Yeah. So for the developer, the game's on itch.io. I'll put a link down below. Yeah. So, I hope you have fun.